It is time to leave your worries outside and laugh with us inside the Treehouse. I'm Dan O'Malley, along with Trey Trenholm and Jerry Caldwell. Coming up inside the Treehouse Show today, it'll be jam-packed, much like the girlfriend on a floor of a bathroom of a nightclub that we'll talk about here shortly. Coming up today, we've got Is Trey Eating Enough? Sister effing, a naked fire truck ride, and is your girlfriend a whore? That's all coming up today inside the Treehouse Show. Some would call it a banger. We'll find out. If you love what you hear here today, be sure to share the show with a friend from your favorite listening platform. Hit that share button. Send it to a friend, maybe not a coworker in today's episode case, but someone that could use a little pick-me-up. And together we can grow the Treehouse Show. Thank you.
All
very
right.
much.
If you send it to a coworker with the disclaimer, headphones in, headphones on, earplugs in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely don't have this one up with HR walking by.
No.
Yeah. All right. Well, we didn't get a chance to get to it yesterday, so we're going to start the show with it today. Trey simply titled the email to me, "Girlfriend is a whore." And I didn't open it because I was like, I already know we're going to talk about it. I don't need to know much more about it at this point. But we all do need to know some context here with this story. I mean, just on the subject line, I knew we would do it. It's just a matter of, sharing the full story here. I believe my boyfriend, 37-year-old male. This is a 30-year-old female who is sharing this. She says, I believe my boyfriend, who's 37, might dump me after a comment I made about how I got pregnant. Last Saturday, me and people from work had a dinner and a party afterwards to say goodbye to a coworker that's moving to a different branch, blah, blah, blah. After the restaurant, many of us brought our boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, and wives and agreed, and we would keep on partying. With time, I got a bit drunk, and at one point, I was outside with a few coworkers smoking. We were talking about bad decisions while being drunk, and at one point, I said something along the lines of, I got one of my daughters made on a nightclub bathroom floor and the other one on the beach one night. She says, it sounds kind of ugly and irresponsible.
It doesn't just sound.
Sorry, if we're splitting hairs here.
Or legs.
Yeah. She says, my daughters are from two different men, and they both fled after they knew I was pregnant. He didn't hear it. The current boyfriend did not hear this story because he was inside with the guys. But one of my coworkers told him. One of my female coworkers told him this story. And I believe she did it because she wants him, and this way she knew this would hurt our relationship. Look, we're only like 3 paragraphs in, and there's already a lot to unpack here. She goes on to say, because the story can't get more complicated, you think, but it does. He is a widower and has a 5-year-old daughter of his own. He is the opposite of what I used to be. Calm, reliable, trustworthy, cheerful, and a great father to his child. I can't believe I may lose him over something like this. We've been dating 6 months. I'm in love with him, but alcohol took the best of me.
It sounds like many, many times.
Yeah, I don't think this is a
one-off.
fleeting. Yeah, this is not a one-off of alcohol getting the best of you.
This is one of those things when in AA, and you look at somebody and it's the very polite way of telling someone they're an alcoholic. You go, I've got a chair saved for you.
That's a nice way of soft selling it, because my way would be a little more condescending. I'd be there like just over the top condescending, face in hand, just like listening to the story, and then at the end of it, just being like, you think there's a pattern here? You noticing something that seems to be happening with you in life here, Karen? Think you got a little problem there?
So 30 years old. So this is Gen Z. All right, this is right on the cusp of millennial Gen Z.
Mm-hmm.
But oversharing.
Oversharing.
Especially, I mean, look, this started out as a work function and turned into social, but you've still got work people there. So it's really important. And maybe some Gen Z don't fully grasp this yet because they haven't learned it. Don't share too much at work. Work is work. Personal is personal. Keep those things separate for a while until you really understand as a more mature adult how to navigate those two worlds and whether or not you want them to blend at all. This is something I definitely would not tell people I work with or their wives or girlfriends and husbands.
This is something probably only the father and your priest or counselor should know.
Right.
I will say the boyfriend does deserve to know this. She should have told him this before she told the wags at work.
Okay, that yes. If you're going to have a hierarchy of telling people things that you shouldn't, then I guess
I don't believe the boyfriend needs to know this.
He doesn't need to know it.
No.
But he has every right to be pissed off when he hears it from her coworker.
Once you tell the story, then yeah, he had every right to know, because otherwise he looks like a jackass too. But if she kept her mouth shut, then I don't think this is one of those things I don't think he needed to know.
No,
he would have been
absolutely
just fine probably the rest of his life if he really liked her, loved her, staying with her, never knowing this story.
This is where we dig into one of my favorite layers of this story, which is your current past, right? You're in a current relationship, whether it's married, committed. If you're dating, then that's really a different story. But if you're in a committed relationship, there are certain things about your partner's past that you don't need to know. You might occasionally wonder, but ultimately, you're better off staying ignorant. You're better off staying in the dark. This is one of those times, right? She's got 2 kids, and I don't even know if he knew already that those 2 kids had 2 different fathers. And look, stuff happens.
Probably
right?
did.
Stuff happens. He might have. But you don't necessarily need to know the conception story.
Well, especially
if you're the guy.
If they fled. So I am guessing that they don't have a father figure. So
Mhm.
you know, he should know that they're 2 different dads. And but yeah, this is not, you don't need the origin story on this one.
Right.
No. And look, I mean, if we're being honest, occasionally you might think about someone you dated years ago, and maybe you see them on social media or something. You see that they're like this very respectable person in the marriage, and they're a mom or they're a dad, and they're very buttoned up and professional looking. But you're looking at them knowing, I know what you did. I knew you.
Oh, yeah.
I know what else that mouth do, or I know certain things that you did with my roommate that I'd really know that your husband would not want to know. Which is just kind of a funny little secret. It's kind of like it's an inside joke that you get to laugh at and nobody else, because you don't share those things in polite society, right? It's an understood, it happened way back when. You don't share the thing when we've all grown up and become parents or respectable members of society, or a member of the Chamber of Commerce. I had this same thought yesterday, randomly. We were in an Uber going over a bridge, and I saw a police car, and I randomly thought, I was like, I wonder if cops ever feel weird about telling people that they shouldn't do things, especially if they did them themselves when they were younger. Like, is there ever that sort of like brief feeling of hypocrisy? There was a security guard talking to a kid skateboarding outside of a business building, and to the kid's credit, he was outside, which was great. And the second thing was, I recognized it was a good area to skateboard, but you got the security officer. I could tell he was pleading with him, trying to reason with him. It's like, I can't have you doing this, blah, blah, blah. And I briefly thought, I wonder if he ever skateboarded these lands. and felt weird about having to tell a kid he now can't do it. Anyway, I've kind of gone off the deep end here, but
Yeah,
What?
that really.
basically what I'm saying is your past should stay in the
Dan,
past.
to your inner voice.
Yeah. Your past should stay in the past. Your work should stay work stuff, and your personal stuff should stay personal
I mean,
stuff.
there's nothing hypocritical about going, yeah, I was a stupid kid once too.
Mm-hmm.
But chances are this boyfriend didn't get knocked up by two different dudes on bathroom floors and beaches. He didn't get used like a dump.
All right, time to quiet your inner voice, Trey. To me, it all comes back to you. If you knew you shouldn't, even the next day, she knows she shouldn't have told these work type people how she got two kids, especially not before, the guy that she's currently with. I feel bad for this dude.
Yeah.
And the coworker that had the unmitigated gall to take that to the boyfriend. Holy crap, man.
I don't think that's unmitigated gall at all.
Do you think she's actually after him? Or was she just so flabbergasted by the whoredom, or what she thinks is the whoredom of this woman, that she's like, my God, he needs to know this.
I think once it's out there, she was doing the boyfriend a service, because here's the thing. If she told her coworkers this on some, drunken night, she's going to tell this story again. And sooner or later, that boyfriend is going to find out, and he's going to look like a jackass.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least he deserves the opportunity on to decide how he wants to handle this.
That's true. And now he's got to deal with it semi-publicly. And for those that don't know, we are actually doing our first weekly live stream for our Ultimate Treehouse subscribers. Oh yeah, Jerry, heads up, we're live. For our Ultimate Treehouse subscribers on Patreon, they are watching us live, and in the chat, they are alive. They are awake this morning, so thank you for that. You got Linda, you got Marshall, you got Mackie, and a bunch of others. Haley's in there. Hey, Haley. William. Marshall, who ironically has what looks to be his LinkedIn profile photo in the chat room.
Very dapper, sir.
Yeah, he looks really good. I am lucky I have my own office, so I just shut my door if I need to handle anything personal. Makes sense. Mackie even says, I think you guys know more about me than my coworkers. And going back up, Marshall even says, even 8 years at my current company, I still don't share personal stuff. And that's the way it should be. And you're right, Trey. I mean, the lady that wrote this, she's 30 years old. So she's on that cusp of, young millennial, older Gen Z. Some things you just have to learn the hard way, right? Which is certain things you don't do at work, certain things you don't tell certain people.
Don't fuck on a nightclub bathroom floor.
All right, look, Judgy McJudgerson. Sometimes the passion just takes a hold, right, Jerry?
Absolutely. Haven't we all been there?
Yeah, but usually we're not the ones on our backs. I will say this. That is not a place that you want to get it on.
Do you know from experience?
Yes. And I don't mean from a sexual experience. I just mean from being in many bathrooms of bars and nightclubs. That is a place that is That's honestly one of those.
Someone who has worked many nights in bars, that you could not find a more disgusting place to have sex. To lay down, screw sex, to lay down on. I mean, that is urine, feces, cocaine, spit,
other bodily
alcohol.
Fluids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, if you're in there in that bathroom getting it on, you really think you're the first person with that bold idea?
Listen, one thing, and this is, she specifically says on the bathroom floor.
Right. That's
I mean,
disgusting.
at least have the decency to get, bent over the commode.
I know.
Right.
I mean, that is just really, really disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, if like in this case, if you're the guy, right? If you're the guy and she's like, "Oh, I want you so bad," and then she drags you into the bathroom, and then she starts hiking stuff up and pulling things off, and then she lies down on the floor, wouldn't you, as the guy, be like,
What you doing down there?
"Yeah, like,
You want me to get down there? No.
I don't want my
And-
knees down there."
You had to come out with stains and no, God. It's one thing to say you got knocked up by some random hookup at a club, but on the bathroom floor, that just means you're a dirty, dirty, dirty slut.
and the floor knows.
Yeah. I mean, just come on.
I have just realized one of the downsides to doing the live stream versus our normal recording is it appears we can't pause to take our normal commercial break. So we're just going to wing it here, boys. I just wanted it said. So that way Trey can make a note. Yeah, around the 17-minute mark, that's a good spot for a commercial break that we'll have to now do in post. I will say this, and I don't know if this part's true because I don't know if you can trust this lady or not. It sounds like the guys that impregnated her, it sounds like she was in a relationship with them.
Does it? It just says they fled.
They fled. That means she at least had some type of contact info to let them know she was.
She got their number. They swapped numbers. You're right, Dan. My bad.
Bare minimum achieved.
Yeah.
I know. It's like I'm trying to find some way where it doesn't make her sound really awful. Like if it was truly a hookup on the bathroom floor of the nightclub, as opposed to someone she was in a relationship with. At least, like if you're in a relationship with the person and you're hooking up in that way, it doesn't seem as bad. But if it really is like you met them 5 minutes before at the bar and now you're on the floor of the bathroom in the bar with this person, that's gross.
I mean,
in every way.
The beach, you could say, okay, they were having a romantic night or whatever. But the way she writes this, the beach was a random hookup too. I mean, it was like, I can't keep my panties up when I drink.
The solution to that is just rip them to the side.
Or duct tape.
If she has any.
That's true.
They may just be a nuisance, an impediment at this point.
a nuisance. Kind of like an unattended pool in a backyard. It's an attractive nuisance. If she's just naked, spread eagle on the beach, it's like, well, okay.
Yeah, people are going to dive in.
I love what Haley says here. She says it's like Clerks with Dante finding out how many BJs his girlfriend had given. 37 in a row. Oh man. All right, let's switch gears. It is Thursday. For those that are listening in the normal way, it is Thursday, August 13th, 2026. Let's celebrate today with some birthdays. This is a pretty decent day just based on two of them. One of my favorite actors, I didn't really realize it until the last few years. John Slattery is 64. This is one of those guys you may not recognize his name, but when you see his face, you're like, yeah, that guy. We had one of those yesterday. It was Bruce Greenwood. John Slattery is the white-haired actor that was in Mad Men. He was Tony Stark's dad at one point in the MCU. I mean, he was like the more notable Stark in the movies. He was also in Spotlight. He is 64 today. John Slattery, 64. Been in tons of shows and films. Really, really, really good actor. I'm just a big fan of his. So happy birthday to John Slattery. He is 64 today. And since he is in the MCU as Tony Stark's dad in the films, we might as well throw in the fact that today is Sebastian Stan's birthday. He is the Winter Soldier / Bucky Barnes in the MCU. He's 44 today. So that means in the MCU, somewhere on set, they had to have a dual birthday party at Craft Services for John Slattery and Sebastian Stan. I would imagine Robert Downey Jr. probably threw them a hell of a birthday party, because as much money as he is making on those films, he is really good to his castmates. I've seen photos and stuff. Like I think there was one he did like a women's luncheon or something on the in-game set. It's like all the like he did. I don't know if it was like International Women's Day or something. He catered in like this fancy lunch for everybody, for all the females on set.
Yeah, I'd hope so. Iron Man was quite good to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which,
in so
by
many
the way,
ways.
yeah. Which, by the way, I saw I think it was an account I followed. It's what is it, Trey? How do you say? Is it puberty?
Puberty.
I don't know.
I follow them too.
Yeah. It's a great follow. They got like 60-something million followers, but they have interesting stuff that they post on occasion, which is why I follow them. And the other day they posted one about the salary progression of Tom Holland, Spider-Man, right? So there's Robert Downey Jr., who I think got like $500,000 or something like that for the very first Iron Man, and now he's making like $50 million for Avengers Endgame.
I think he took points on the back even on Iron Man, didn't he?
I don't know. He may have, but he was not paid a massive amount for.
He was still now that I think about it, when it comes to Iron Man, he was still in that no man's land.
Right.
He was kind of unhireable due to his past.
He'd been working on that, doing smaller projects, building his reputation back up. And he agreed, to take points on the back end, so they'd have to pay him so much up front, so they'd be less averse to taking that risk.
And man, it worked out for everybody. Mm-hmm. And it's been similar for Tom Holland. What is it, Trey?
And at that point, Marvel was unproven.
Right.
Mm-hmm. If I remember this right, so Tom Holland's salary progression in films, I think for his debut in Captain America Civil War as Spider-Man, I think he got paid like it was either 100 or 250, like $100,000 or 250 grand. Yeah, I think it was 250 grand. That's a great payday. Don't get me wrong, especially for a little role in that film.
And you're Spider-Man.
And you're freaking Spider-Man. So he only gets 250 for that first one, and then now he's making like 30 million for Spider-Man Brand New Day. And similar to Robert Downey Jr., he's, I think, getting points on the box office as well. And he's got a lot of creative control on that role. So pretty good progression for Tom Holland.
Yeah, and he's going to be in Doomsday, and there's going to be another Spider-Man movie, and he'll probably be in at least one other movie in between now and then. So,
yeah,
and he's banging Zendaya. Yeah, good for him.
I think they're married.
I think that still means he's banging her, though.
Depends on the marriage, man.
Facto. Okay, that's true too.
And by the way, just as a quick aside, before I get a chance to ask Jerry if he's seen the new Spider-Man yet, is there a better power couple in Hollywood right now than Tom Holland and Zendaya? I mean, Jesus Christ, the run they are on is an iconic run just for any individual in Hollywood, period, ever. But the fact that they're doing it as a married couple, the movies that they've got this year, first of all, they're both in The Odyssey, which is already probably made $1 billion. She's got Dune 3 coming out this year. They're both going to be involved in Avengers Doomsday. So, I mean, Zendaya is going to have like a box office battle.
And she's got, what's the HBO show?
Oh, yeah.
Euphoria. And I don't know if they're doing another season of that after this one or not. But I mean, Jesus. I mean, that's a hell of a run for a couple. That's a hell of a run. It's almost unfair, but they also seem like kind of down to earth, genuine people. So good on them. Jerry, I'm assuming you've seen Spider-Man Brand New Day. Have you seen Spider-Man Brand New Day?
I have not gotten to see it yet.
How can you withstand?
It's not easy.
Dude, you got to go. Have you been able to avoid any spoilers, or do you know stuff?
So far, I've been able to avoid them. It's not easy. It's cut off about half of my feed.
I would imagine. So, I mean, Trey and I both seen it. You need to go see it. It's wonderful, Jerry. I will be shocked. As big of a Marvel fan as you are, I will be shocked if you don't think this is the best Spider-Man movie that they've ever done. Trey really liked it too.
Mm-hmm. Best Spider-Man movie ever. God, that's an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the one from the 70s?
Which I watched.
I have to really think, because I mean, I think it'd be the best of the Tom Holland. That's an interesting statement. I mean, and I don't necessarily disagree with you. I just hadn't really thought about it in those terms.
Yeah, I mean,
Jerry,
honestly,
I will give you one spoiler though. If you need to go, when the credits start, you have time to go to the bathroom and come back before the little teaser end scene.
Yeah, the post-credit scene, go to the bathroom, then come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or honestly, you can just wait and watch it on YouTube.
It's the most disappointing of all the
post-credit scene. Okay. Noted.
It's an important one. Like it's got a lot of meaning and stuff, for things to come. But I mean, yeah, it's not. Yeah. Which, by the way, since we are covering this, we'll get back to birthdays in a moment. I have done it. I have watched every single MCU movie up to Avengers Endgame, so I can go to the theater in about a month to see Avengers Endgame. I am all caught up. I finished the movie. Every like 22 or whatever movies it is. I started all the way back at the beginning, worked my way all the way through in order of cinematic release.
Okay. I prefer chronologically, but yes.
I get that, but I like doing it the way they released it. So I am all caught up. Yesterday I finished Captain Marvel, which is the movie right before Avengers Endgame. So I am caught up, ready to rock and roll. I'm excited. I did it. It's now the second time I've gone all the way back through and rewatched.
Have you seen The Marvels?
Yes.
Is it as disappointing as everyone says?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It ain't good.
No.
And I don't know if this is I don't know real quick if this is an unpopular opinion or not. It's just something that I kind of felt the first time I saw Captain Marvel, which, by the way, I like the Captain Marvel movie. I think it's really good. It's also got a killer soundtrack. Because I mean, it's like she lands in a blockbuster. That's hysterical to me. I don't think Brie Larson's a good actress.
She doesn't emote much.
No, I mean, like she like when I never really seen her in anything before Captain Marvel. I knew who she was, but I don't think I'd really seen her in anything. And I think she's kind of terrible. Like she's real stiff. Like she doesn't seem good.
I read that she got into after. Was it Captain Marvel and then Endgame, that she got real demanding about stuff, and like that was part of the problem with Captain Marvel, is she wanted some creative control over it.
Maybe, I don't know. I agree with you. I feel like I had heard some similar things. Don't know details on it. Don't even know how much of it's true or whatever. But yeah, like even going back and watching Captain Marvel,
now that you
like
say that,
like she's not good.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
It's kind of like I have a difficult time with Mark Wahlberg. There's some things that he's in that I think he's phenomenal as an actor, and there's some things that I've seen him in where I was like, ugh. So to me, he's kind of hit or miss sometimes as an actor. With her, maybe I need to watch something else that she's been in, but I'm actually kind of wondering how it is she got the job as Captain Marvel.
That's the funny thing is I liked Captain Marvel. I thought, and now that I think about it, I thought her performance in Endgame was a little stiff. And then,
Right. It was like she was just kind of shoehorned in there. It's like, oh, wait, we got to put her. Wait, we forgot.
Well, and let's be honest. I can say this now. We're far enough away from it. The whole, I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar part of Endgame was just a capitulation to the Me Too movement at that time.
Probably.
It was completely frivolous as far as the story goes.
Yeah, I mean, story-wise, you didn't need that, but I don't think it's a bad thing to show little girls that they can be, badasses.
But just it was, again, if you go back and really watch the movie, it was very much shoehorned in there. It did not flow with the script.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hey, we're all fighting, life and death. Oh, hey, but the girls are gathered over here and they're going to, get together.
Squat up, ladies.
Uh-huh.
We're going to eat, pray, love all over Thanos' face. Other birthdays today. No, Jerry, I asked you, you have not seen it. Debbie Mazar is 62. She's known for Goodfellas, Entourage, and younger. She also had a cooking show at one point. She was on the front end of some of those celebrities with cooking shows out of nowhere. 62 years old.
Underrated hot in 90s. And she's in one of my all-time favorite movies, Empire Records.
Also a phenomenal movie. Former Partridge Family child star and radio guy Danny Bonaducci, 67 years old today. Somehow I feel like he should be older than that.
No kidding.
Like if I said 87, I would have been less surprised than 67.
Man, drugs takes it out of you.
Boy, you said it. And this last one is a kind of a deep pull, unless you know who he is. Kevin Tighe, I think it's how you say it, is 82. Tighe. He is best known as the firefighter paramedic Roy DeSoto on Emergency. So he was the firefighter paramedic opposite of Randolph Mantooth.
No.
Oh, man, what a great name for a character, Roy DeSoto. Man, there's something special about
no, he was in
70s.
He was in Roadhouse. Sorry, no.
He was also in Roadhouse. That is correct. 82 years old, but Roy DeSoto on Emergency. Firefighter, paramedic. So was that Rampart? Yeah, there you go. Was did that show start in the 60s or was it all 70s?
72 to 77.
Got it. Okay. Because I knew it was color its whole time. What a heyday for television. Between Emergency and Chips. Oh, man. That was good TV watching back in the day.
You weren't even alive.
Reruns, bud. Reruns. I also watched Rawhide with my papaw. I definitely was not alive for Rawhide.
I don't think I have ever seen an episode of Emergency.
Don't.
Wow.
It does not hold up. I rewatched one when we were I remember one time we were camping. We were in one of our tiny RV camping trips. We would get over the air television because it's camping. And so over the air television means you're getting a lot of old ass TV shows, and Emergency came on one night. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm going to watch Emergency. I watch this as a kid all the time. And it's got Randolph Mantooth and this guy, Kevin Tighe. I'm watching like 5 minutes of it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is terrible.
Only thing I really know about Emergency is it was one of the things basically they spoofed in The Naked Gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I guess for the time it was a great show. It was very popular. But man, it's kind of like going back and watching the Dukes of Hazzard. Emergency does not hold up at all.
I saw something, and I'll give Dukes of Hazzard credit. I saw a deal. I think it was on Prime. It's like, oh, you can buy the series for $39.99. I'm like, who the is buying Dukes of Hazzard? Because you're right, that was not a good show. I mean, it was great when we were kids.
Loved
But
it.
you were basically waiting for Daisy Duke and them to jump the car. That's
it. That's all I needed.
Mhm.
It's probably Cooter who's buying it all up.
Yeah.
Cooter just died, didn't he?
I think.
I mean, literally like yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
How did I not see that? I'm going to type in something into my search bar that I have not ever.
Yep, I am too.
I never thought I would type this into Google. Is Cooter dead?
Yep.
Ben Jones, the actor best known for playing Cooter Davenport on The Dukes of Hazzard, died on Sunday, August 9th, 2026, at the age of 84, suffering a massive heart attack at his home. I'll be goddamned. R.I.P. Cooter. R.I.P.
And former congressman.
That's right. The good news is Cooter will never truly die. And in some places, like nightclub bathroom floors, he's alive and well. That seems like a good time to transition into sister effing. What do you say?
Yeah.
I got to pull this up here because this is one of those that threw me for a loop. This is another one of those where I just saw the headline that Trey sent and I was like, you know what? I don't think I need to read any much more on this one for now. Subject line from Trey this morning. Sleeping with sister. Okay. My wife keeps saying what I did. This is not me saying this. I am reading this. This is someone else. Don't you edit this, Trey.
Thanks for those clean cuts.
I know. I'm trying to think how I can screw this up for you on your clean cuts. My wife keeps saying what I did with my sister was extremely inappropriate. What do I do? I know there's more to this story, but honest to God, if you even have to type that sentence, if you ever say that sentence, you've done something wrong.
Actually, no.
Really?
I've on this one, the wife is kind of out on this one.
Okay. My wife and I have been married for 4 years, together for 8. I've always been a pretty outdoorsy person. For the record, if you say I'm a pretty outdoorsy person, I don't think you're as outdoorsy as you think you are. I love camping, hiking, backpacking, and that sort of thing. My wife wasn't really into it when we first started dating, but over the years, she's really gotten into it, which has been awesome. I'm also very close with my sister. We grew up camping together, and even in college, we'd go on camping trips fairly often, so being outdoors together has always just felt normal to us. A couple of weekends ago, the three of us, me, my sister, and my wife, decided to go camping together. We each brought our own one-person tent and sleeping bag because my wife likes having her own sleeping space when we camp. That's weird. We've done separate tents before, and it's never been an issue. The first night was great. We hiked, cooked over the fire, stayed up talking and everything completely normal. Second night, though, around midnight, my sister knocked on my tent. She said she was absolutely freezing and asked if she could come inside to warm up. I told her, sure. She climbed into my sleeping bag because it was warmer, and we basically cuddled so she could use my body heat. We talked for the next hour or so, and then she fell asleep. The next morning, my wife unzipped the tent and completely lost it. She screamed at us, told my sister to get out. She said there was no excuse for a grown man sharing a sleeping bag and cuddling with his sister. I immediately apologized because I genuinely hadn't thought about how it looked or how she'd feel, but she stayed angry the rest of the trip. Surprised I didn't go for an alpine divorce at this point. It's now been more than a week, and she's still sort of upset. She says she can't stop picturing it and that I've permanently changed the way she views my relationship with my sister. She says she's always known my sister had weird feelings for me. It's only been a week, so I'm allowing my wife to vent. But to be honest, it hurts to see her talk like this. I don't understand how my wife can make an insinuation like that. I can. I talked to my sister afterwards. She told me my wife is insane and said that if she had a spouse who got upset over something like this, she would leave them immediately. Whose side are you guys on in this one?
I'm on the husband's side.
Yeah.
Oh, damn! I thought you guys were opposite. You're on the husband side on this one, Trey, and Jerry, you're on the husband side on this one.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was not a sister, I'd understand the wife being upset.
Absolutely.
If they were naked, I would understand the wife being upset.
They were cousins,
maybe,
especially removed or whatever.
Yeah, brother and sister.
No,
like they grew up together, and the fact. And listen, if you've ever been camping, and some nights, I mean, it gets. You don't think it's that cold, but it gets butt ass cold. You know, you'll warm up next to just about anything at some point. And so no, I mean, especially if she's carrying it on a week later and she thinks, now is saying that the sister has, weird feelings and implying something untoward. I'm with the sister. I'd tell, if I were the husband, I'd be like, kick rocks.
I'm not on the wife's side necessarily, but I understand how this would look to someone. Like to me,
what happened when you and your sister got caught?
But there was nothing to.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't go camping, Trey. We were not a camping family. First, honestly, if we were kids, I don't think anyone would have thought anything of it. My sister is almost 7 years older than me. So if we had gone camping, she'd have been like 13. I'd have been like 6 and been like, yeah, no one cares. But I can understand how getting in the same sleeping bag with someone could be odd to some people when they first see it. But I definitely wouldn't flip out like the wife did. It's on the cusp for me as far as like, it might be inappropriate. It's not technically inappropriate, but I feel like you're getting in the same sleeping bag together is more so than being in the same ballpark together.
I mean, Jerry, do you have a sister?
Yes.
Okay. Clearly Dan has. Have you had inappropriate thoughts about your sister?
No.
Okay. So it wouldn't be that abnormal. Like you wouldn't, think anything of it if your sister got in a sleeping bag with you.
No, not at all.
Right. Dan?
No.
I don't have any siblings. I'm just saying it's your sister. You're not trying to bang your sister, but maybe I'm wrong on that premise, Dan.
All right, look. Shut up. And you know who else needs to shut up? Shut up, Marshall, in the chat. I was going to ask if this was actually Dan's story under a fake name.
I mean, actually, you are the only person, if you look at the comments, you are the only person to take the wife's side. So, I mean, I do feel like there's a lot to unpack here, Dan.
Maybe it's because I'm harboring some ill will towards my own wife because one time we went camping, it was so cold. Instead of her climbing into my sleeping bag, she went to the car and turned on the heater.
So you're just longing for companionship, and even if it was your sister.
No, definitely not. Like, get out of my sleeping bag, sis. Get your own.
So next week we'll have to discuss family reunions in the O'Malley household.
Awkward? No, we don't do those.
I wonder why.
Oh, God. See, I told you this is going to be an interesting episode. Thank you for joining us here inside the Treehouse. Thank you for our Ultimate Treehouse subscribers for joining us live. If you're interested in that sort of thing, you can join patreon.com/Treehouse on air. Every week, we are doing this from here on out. Patreon.com/Treehouse on air to join in the live taping of the Treehouse Show. Thank you for guys being in there. Despite everything you've heard over the last handful of minutes, thank you to Trey and Jerry for being here. And if you love what you heard here today, share it with a friend. Hit that share button from your favorite listening platform, and together we can grow the Treehouse Show. We will see you next time right here inside the Treehouse.
And Dan, thank you for all your kinks and fetishes.
I'm not even that kinky. Jerry's the weird one.
I'll take that.
See?